Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, because after more than 2 decades, the Fatal Fury franchise is back. But what makes City of the Wolves poised for success? Is this game going to be a hit or a miss? And why is SNK going all out with this game? In this video, we're going to check out some key elements about the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves game that can make it basically one of the biggest success for SNK in the modern era of fighting games. So, if you like this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. The first reason why I believe that Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is gonna have a huge success, it's one of the key elements of any fighting game, and that is roster variety, okay? This game is gonna have one of the best roster of any fighting games of the last years, okay? There is a lot of classic characters returning that are heavy hitters, characters that basically sell copies of games. You know, you have a character like Terry Bogard, who is basically like the mascot of SNK right now. Terry has been on Smash Brothers, now it's gonna be on Street Fighter 6. There's clearly, you know, a marketing plan around characters like this, and these characters are going to sell copies of this game. You have Terry again, you have Rock Howard, you have Mei Shiranui, you know, so all of these huge characters from classic Fatal Fury games are gonna get basically all the old players back to play, and that's already a huge part of making a new fighting game successful. You also have new additions to the roster and to the franchise, like Vox Reaper, for example, who is a super cool character, super fresh design, and is probably going to attract both newcomers and returning players to the Fatal Fury franchise, to SNK games, to fighting games. So I really believe that this game has a huge path to success only because of its roster. And there's also one last key point around this that is huge, and that is that there's a lot of legendary characters left for this game. You have Geese Howard. He has not been announced. Of course, I think that he could probably be DLC, but he's gonna be on the game. Like, be sure about it. It doesn't matter if he's dead. Like, he's gonna be in the game anyway, okay? You also have characters like Gato. You also have characters like Kim Kapuan, Andy Bogard, Joe Higashi, Blue Mary. So, like, the level of quality that this roster can have, it's insane, and it's going to attract a major number of people that want to play the game only because the characters on it are so cool. Imagine, for example, the game comes out and you have Andy Bogard on it and Blue Mary, but there's no Gato, no Geese, no Kim. They are gonna be DLC characters for sure, and they're probably going to be even on like different season passes, so because they are good enough to sell a full season pass by themselves. Like, if you have Geese Howard on a 4-character season pass, it's gonna sell, because Geese is enough to sell the whole thing. The same with Gato, the same with Kim. So this game has basically like the whole advantages in the world to do good only because of the quality of the characters that are going to be in the game. Now, coming for the second reason, I want to talk about the character archetypes and gameplay mechanics and depth that this game has. So the roster, again, it's very, you know, diverse in terms of visuals and sort of like style, but at the same time there's a huge variety of play styles and gameplay in terms of the characters. You know, there's rushdown characters, brawlers, zoners, so people are not only going to, you know, see this game and say, oh, I love this character, he looks so cool, she or he, but at the same time they're gonna say, this character plays in such a unique way that I really want to try it. And that's gonna happen with the whole roster. So it's not only roster variety in terms of visuals and style, it's also roster variety in terms of play styles, okay? And that is going to have a huge impact in how much people want to play this game. Why does this happen? Because people want to develop an identity inside a game when they play it, especially in a fighting game. You know, they want to play a character that not only appeals to them visually and in terms of physical style and visual style, but they also want to play a character that they feel like fits the way they want to play the game. And I'm sure that Fatal Fury is going to deliver in this specific section of gameplay design, and I'm very convinced that it's going to be actually pretty hard to have this kind of like character crisis in which you don't know which character to play. Oh, who do I play? I don't know, like, who looks cooler for me or who plays the way I want to. I'm pretty sure that everyone that plays this game is gonna have like a very specific main, because each character is incredibly unique in terms of both gameplay and visual design. Now, in connection to this second reason, there is also the gameplay depth that the game itself can give you, and not only characters and their specific styles. This game has very complex gameplay mechanics, but at the same time it tries to be accessible for new people. It has these typical sort of easy controls that all modern games have been trying to push, but at the same time it has the REV system, which adds a ton of layers of strategy and excitement to the game with REV arts, REV excel, and the game is gonna have crazy combos, crazy highlights, just like we are seeing on this video, which is a section of an exhibition for the game on Evo. So be sure that this game is gonna have a level of deepness that is going to be insane, just like it happens with any SNK game. And that's again going to not only attract both old and new players, but that is also going to make people engage with the game, and they're gonna keep playing after a few hours, which is also key for the success of any fighting game, because today fighting games in many ways are trying to appeal and to be some sort of service game, like Fortnite for example, or like Apex Legends. They're gonna try to keep you on the game and sell you DLC, make new content, and they're basically trying to make the game sort of your main hobby when it comes to playing video games. And if you are not able to make people engage with the gameplay that your game has, you cannot offer a service game. And I'm sure that the complexity that this game is going to have and all the REV system is going to have is going to be enough to keep people playing this game and to basically make it their main fighting game. And for the last point, last but not least, I have a big pool of things that basically make up for a point or a reason on why the game is going to be a huge thing. And that is the quality of life improvements that SNK did to Fatal Fury City of the Wolves to basically make the game a lot better than any other fighting game they have ever done. First, we have crazy visual appeal, like this sort of 2.5D art style that the game has. It's gorgeous. The game has modern visuals, but it has like a classic 90s aesthetic from the Fatal Fury franchise, and it just looks so much better than King of Fighters 15, for example. At the same time, there's a huge like comic book influence on the art style and the way the game looks, aside from like graphics. That's more related to, in many ways, like art direction, and it makes the game look so appealing. You really want to play the game because of how good it looks. Now, in sum to that, you also know that SNK has a huge commitment to the series. They want to make the series great again, and SNK as a company has like huge goals now because of the evolution that they've had financially in the last years. Adding to that, this is the first time that there is English language voice tracks for the series, which is huge also. Also, the game is going to be on multiple platforms. It's going to be on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC. Also, this game has a huge potential for a big competitive scene with huge potential for esports, for a big, hype community that basically moves to where the big players are, to the big tournaments. So this game just has too much in favor of it to not be a huge hit. And all of this, guys, is why I think that Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is going to be a major success for SNK and for the fighting game community. The game is just too interesting in terms of mechanics. The roster is going to be incredible. The gameplay is going to be very deep. The game looks incredible. It has huge potential for big tournaments, big moments. The game is just too strong to not be a huge success. So, I hope that you guys liked the video. I hope that you guys are very excited for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. So, comment in the video. Please tell me what you think of this game. Subscribe and like the video if you liked it. And I hope to see you on the next video. See you soon.
Oh, Score. How can he know all these combos? And we're going to see the classic Nice.
You can cancel that, in fact, in order
that's
to
right.
follow.